One typical Saturday afternoon, I got myself to the local grocery store to get my weekly groceries done. I was all ready with my shopping list that I was so determined to keep to, and I thought to myself, okay, I got this under control. Little did I know that at the end of that grocery run, sticking to that grocery list was not the case at all. It just got me thinking, why I get so tempted to buy what I don't exactly need almost every time I hit the grocery store. So I decided to do a little digging and found that it wasn't just my lack of willpower that led to those impulse purchases, but it was a well thought out strategy in place by the grocery store. I was intrigued by this and wanted to uncover the tricks grocers use to get us to spend more, and more importantly, learn how to resist them. These are some of the tips I've gathered along the way. Let's get into it. Grocery trick number 1, placing essential items at the back of the store. So I found out that grocery stores prefer to place necessities like milk and eggs at the very end of the store, forcing us to walk through pretty much the entire length of the store to get to it. On the way to get those necessities, it becomes too easy to get distracted by the other items around, hence those impulse purchases. But this is what I do to avoid the trick. If I really need to pick up a few essentials, like let's say eggs for example, I try to avoid getting them from the supermarket. Instead, I would consider purchasing them from a corner drugstore where I'm picking up prescriptions or some other necessities as well. And did you know that drugstores charge a pretty good price on milk and eggs? Now you do. Grocery trick number 2, spraying mist on vegetables to make them look fresh. When I read a little bit more about this one, I was kind of grossing out. Let's just say avoid buying misted vegetables, okay? This is why. Many grocery chains have installed these pricey automatic misting devices that spray mist on vegetables like kale and spinach to make them look fresh. But here's the thing. First of all, it actually reduces the quality of the vegetables. And secondly, it could even lead to potential bacterial issues if the spray nozzles are not cleaned regularly. Also, the water tends to soak into the vegetables, making them heavier, so you'll end up paying more for them. So since then, I always try to avoid purchasing misted vegetables. Just so you know, misting vegetables does nothing to help the produce that has already been picked. Usually, if it's not produce that I plan to use right away, I would prefer to buy frozen vegetables instead because they won't lose their nutrients as quickly. Grocery trick number 3, placing the refrigerated drink case at the very front of the store. After an hour working hard getting those groceries, a nice cooling drink as a reward sure sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? And oh my, look how convenient that refrigerator is placed right where the checkout is. That's very smart of you, grocery store.
Hey, it's okay, you're welcome.
But hold up, think real hard about that cold drink you're about to buy. The other day, I found that the $2.99 single-served cold soft drink that I was going to get was literally the exact same price as a 6-pack of soft drinks on the beverage aisle on sale. So I would suggest that if you are really thirsty, just to go back real quick to get that 6-pack and drink a can with some ice when you get home.
But I want you to be true, and I just...
Grocery trick number 4, enticing shoppers with wonderful smells. Ever heard the saying, we are victims to our own senses? And it's so true. That's why, if you notice, the bakery is often placed close to the front of the store. When they bake fresh bread or fresh cookies, the smell it gives out lures you in, resulting us to give into our cravings. I was a victim so many times before. But I now know what I should do while shopping. And the secret is chew gum. As silly as it sounds, it actually works. Just by chewing gum, it becomes much harder to imagine the taste, flavor, and texture of those alluring smells from the bakery. It doesn't necessarily have to be gum though. You could also suck on some candy and it will give you the same effect. Grocery trick number 5. Placing pricey stuff at eye level. This is one I only found out pretty recently. Apparently, according to one of my reads, grocery shoppers are mostly lazy. I wouldn't say I'm one, but I do know some who are. Husband. It also did state that about 60% of the items that shoppers purchase at supermarkets are at eye level. Knowing this, some manufacturers would go all out and pay a special slotting fee to have their products displayed at eye level. Now that you're aware, don't be lazy. Look down the shelves too. The often cheaper private label brands are typically placed at the near bottom or bottom shelves. That's where you're going to find the best prices. Hope my discovery can help you save a whole lot more during your next trip to the grocery store. Sure, the grocery stores have tricks up their sleeves, but now you have the upper hand to avoid them altogether. Save your bucks for something that you truly want. Happy grocery shopping!